What's good, Fight World? Checking back in with y'all, man. What's goody? Just leaving Walmart in Council Bluffs over here on the other side of the bridge of the city. But I wanted to talk to y'all about I seen somebody say something about it was this hilarious post being made about it was 3 choices and what should go: multiple belts in boxing, like four what was it, four belts in each division, something else, and the last choice was Deontay Wilder. It was clear as day a motherfucker trolling, but the shit was hilarious. I get a kick out of like a lot of Deontay Wilder drag, man, because it just pisses people off so bad. But I seen this one brother go on there and say that's all we have, and on this side of the pond as far as black heavyweights go, and I disagree with that. Because when I'm seeing out of what I saw out of what's my man name, Michael Coffey or whatever, and what I'm seeing out of Jared Anderson, those are big upsides in the sport, man. And I like the mentality that they have with they're fighting multiple times a year, and with the brother Coffey from Brooklyn. His thing is, man, I'm already a little bit older, man, so I think I'm a little bit more I don't know, man. I think just a lot of times when you do stuff at a later stage in life, because you're that much more mature. You didn't grow up maturing in whatever it is that you're doing, but you're already more mature. You'll be a little bit more able to be mature within it, because you're mature as a grown adult as is. And I think with him to say, let me test my, I'm already a little bit older, I'm advanced in age, you know what I'm saying, I ain't no spring chicken, so let me get in there with the Charles Martins and the Gerald Washingtons and see how I do. Let me test my valor against them. He ain't, what I'm saying, pulling the trigger trying to call out Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury and Ruiz, or even the Deontay Wilder. He's like, nah, man, I already know I got to pay my dues before I get to that point. And it ain't even about paying dues. It's just about gaining the experience as a professional prize fighter. Yeah, I'm already older, so if I took a shot with these motherfuckers nowadays, losing is just the end of the world. So, you coming up in the ranks, you lose once, you done. And so they try to be a little bit more diplomatic about, your matchmaking or whatever, okay, which is a smart thing to do, because sometimes you're just not ready to get in there, and you can get, your motor skills beat out of you, or your life beat out of you if you get put in there with a cat who's just entirely too much for you as is. But with just with these matchmakers and shit, not even with the matchmakers, it's just the climate of boxing. If you lose once, your value as a boxer plummets or whatever, because niggas just refuse to believe that losing is a part of the sport. Being knocked out is highly likely in the sport, and not everybody. You're more than likely gonna experience that. You're gonna get dropped. You're gonna get beat. You're gonna get knocked out. You're gonna get stopped. All of that shit is highly likely. So with the climate that we in with these boxers, with these fans now, is you don't want to put them in there too fast or whatever they can, or you don't want to put them in there when it's time to put them in there. However, I do respect my man. Like, bro, nah, let me get in there with some of the the lower ranked guys, because I'm already a little bit older than all of them, and I'm older than them, but I do need to get on the ball if I'm gonna make if I'm gonna make any good out of this small window that I have. Let me at least test the waters with them and see where I stand at. I think that was dope, man. I think that once again it was maturity. That took a very mature, that was a very mature response from a cat who's already up there in age, and understanding that I may not necessarily be ready to go for the top 10s, but let me get some of them top 20s and top 30s and top 50s. Let me get some of them cats. Let me get in there with them and see where I rank at, or see how I hold up against them. So I thought that was real dope from him. And for the Jared Allen cat, I mean, dude is how many times did he fight? He fought like 3 or 4 times last year in the bubble. Discipline, really, ready to establish it. And he's already showing promise with it. That dude has an impeccable jab, man. Really impeccable jab. He's looking for rounds. That's what I noticed in his last fight when he knocked dude out like last week or the week before. He's looking for rounds, man. Let me gain this experience, man. I ain't trying to just go in there and just crash this nigga off rip. It's shit that, he can show me that I can, that he can expose some wrinkles in my game that need to be ironed out. So let me go in here and holler at this dude. He was really patient. Real patient. I think he could have, because he got him out of there in the last round. He could have got him out of there earlier, but he's like, nah, man, let me work. He stayed poised. He stayed behind that jab and got him out of there heinously. Like, that was ugly. That left hand that ended dude was yikes. So I think that was really, 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 really dope from him, man. He just switch hit, really good balance, really good feet, footwork. Just, I'm really loving what I'm seeing out of Black American boxing right now, man. With the heavyweights. I'm not the biggest Wilder fan, but we do most definitely have him to thank for the resurgence of these black heavyweights in the division to that degree. Because Cash wasn't talking about Rydell Booker like that, and it was, and I think Rydell was dope. Brian Jennings went to the wayside after his Luis Ortiz loss, and even then they didn't have a machine behind him. They didn't. How they pushed Wilder. I think Wilder was a little bit more spoon-fed. However, with that, it resurged the black heavyweight division in boxing, the heavyweight division in boxing, but with a black face on it. I think that's a real beautiful thing, man. So, you got to give him his kudos for that. But as far as what I'm seeing with these cats, man, it's the level of discipline that I'm seeing with these dudes, man. Just the level of poise and maturity I'm seeing with these cats, man. I love that. We got a lot to look. We got a lot to look forward to in the next decade of boxing with these dudes. Maybe not so much so with Coffey, because he's my age. He's 34 years old, man. But with Jared Anderson, I really want to see what his upside looks like, man. Because just with the skill set that I'm seeing from him man, by next year. We already February. He's probably gonna fuck around and fight 4 times this year. I have no doubt in my mind we're gonna see that dude on ESPN another 3 or 4 times this year. Fuck around and be 5. You dig? So I'm really excited to see what it is that he's gonna bring to the table, man. You dig? And I'm seeing, man, just a really, really fundamentally sound fighters, man. Even with Coffey, man, just that uppercut that he hooked. Oh my God, that was devilish. I'm loving it, man. I'm really loving it. We got a lot to look forward to in the heavyweight division as far as black American fighters go. So I don't think, I think if anything, Wilder should most definitely be getting praised for that. Because he most definitely shined a light back on the heavyweight division for black Americans. And I gotta salute him for that. And dude did have a point. Up until recently, we didn't. This is all we got on this side of the pond. Yeah, I think Big Baby, that's my nigga, man. Like, I really hope, man, come on back, Big Baby. You don't need all that bullshit. You don't need all them you don't need nothing other than what you got, man. You don't need nothing. You got, you're a skilled fighter, man. And he's just good for the game. We need Jarrell Miller in boxing. We need that, man. We need that. I still go back and I watch his press conference with Anthony Joshua, man, and I literally cried laughing, man. Like that's the nigga. Like, hey yo, man, call that nigga Jarrell, man. We finna go kick it, man. Hey, hit that fool Jarrell up, man. Tell that nigga slide, come fuck with us. That's the type of mentality, or just personality he has. He's real personable. Dude is a comedian. You dig? And I think he's good for the sport, but I think he's a dope boxer. I think he's really good, personally, man. I mean, how he carries his weight. And I mean, a lot of people will be, he ain't a black American fighter. He's he's Belizean, bro. Like, last time I checked, Belize was Central America. You dig? He's a black American as well. Maybe not a North American, but he grew up in Brooklyn. He's Belizean. He left Belize, and I forget how old he was, but he left Belize and came over here, him and his mom settled down in Brooklyn. He's a black American fighter. He's a black American fighter. That's one of us. So we need you, man. We need you. We most definitely need you, man. Come on back, Jarrell. Leave them PEDs alone. You don't need that shit. You carry your weight very well. You don't need nothing other than your God-given talent, man. There should be no reason why a nigga weigh 300 pounds damn near and throws punches in volume the way you do. I think he's probably as far as punches thrown in a match. Like, I don't think there's cats who throw as much as you. You need it, my nigga. Leave that bullshit alone. Come on back to the sport, man. Ride that little suspension out. Get reevaluated. Come on back. We need you. So I'm loving what I'm seeing in the heavyweight division right now with these cats, man. It's really a good look. But I'm really looking forward to what I see, or what's gonna come about for Jared Anderson, and with the shorter future of Coffey, and what he's gonna do. I would like to see him with not a Jared Allen, but the Gerald Washingtons and the Charles Martins and the people of that magnitude, and the Dominic Brazils and the Otto Wallins and everything. Yo, man, yeah. I think he's poised. He's mature enough. Get up in there and make that happen, man. I just think on just a maturity thing, I think he will be more ready. It'd be easier to get him ready for that fight than a Jared Allen, just the maturity factor, the age factor. With age comes wisdom. With age comes wisdom. So you know what's going on. All right, cool. I'm a little bit older, so I got to get in the gym and really go hard, and really retain the information that's being fucking passed down to me through coach, because I'm already at a accelerated age. So I think he will be a little bit more ready than Jared Allen as far as the top dogs in the division go. At least the top 30s and the 40s and the 50s. So yeah, that's my take on it, man. I'm looking forward to it. I love what I'm seeing with these heavyweights. Black American boxing is back, man. In the heavyweight division, man. We there, and we still waiting for. I mean, what they say, after 68 on up, you get into the the Eastern European cats, man. They got a point. We need to get back into these divisions and get back to dominating these motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? Cruiserweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight, man. You dig? Joshua's my brother, most definitely, but and I'm rooting for him, most definitely. But we do need more Black Americans in the higher divisions. We do. We need y'all. So like and subscribe, man. Still Mills, man. I'm out.